All right. Welcome to the Hot Drinks Podcast. This is your host, Sean Stratton, and I'm thrilled to be joined by my good friend from Kenya, now currently in Lander, Wyoming, KG. KG, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, and you?
Oh, it's fantastic. I'm so excited to have you on. When I started this podcast back probably in February, I guess,
Yeah.
yours was the name that kept coming up. People are like, you got to get KG on. You've got to get KG on. So it's taken a while, but we got you here now, and hopefully this won't be your last visit. Hopefully we'll have you several more times because I know you've got days and days of stories with you.
Mhm.
Can you bend your camera down a little bit because I can just barely see you? Perfect. That should be good when you're sitting back. Great. Perfect. Awesome. Well, let's jump right into it. Let's hear your favorite hot drink in the field.
It's interesting because whenever people come and say, "Hey, KG, can I have a story?" It doesn't come out like I want it. But when I just, when we are talking and something comes up and I want to relate to a story,
Yeah.
I give it like very, well and animated and all that. Um, so this is interesting because I was thinking about what am I going to share,
Yeah.
and yeah, well, I thought about a few, and the most interesting thing is I just came back from the field.
Hold on.
And
Before you go into this one, I want to hear your favorite hot drink first. What do you like to drink in the field? And then we'll jump into it.
oh yes, a hot drink.
Yeah, your
It
hot
depends
drink.
on, believe it or not, depends on where I am.
Yeah.
Here in Landa, I like drinking hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa. All right.
Yeah. In Chile, mate. In Kenya, I like just tea.
Really? What kind of tea? Just straight black tea in Kenya?
Just straight black tea. I drink coffee, but it's not like if I miss it, there's anything.
Right. You're not a regular drinker of coffee that you have to have first thing every morning.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, I think you might be our first location dependent hot drink guest. Interesting. It makes sense, but you don't search out the mate when you're in Kenya or when you're back in the U.S.
I find that when I'm looking at mate, anytime it's hot, I can't do mate.
Yeah.
But when it's cold, then I like it more.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
But one thing that everyone knows, if I decide to have a hot drink, whether it's hot, it has to be hot.
Oh.
Like very hot.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
You'll send it back?
That's me. I'll send it back. Also, you have to fill it to the brim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
And have you figured out how to make good coffee in the field for your co-instructors, or is that something you let them deal with?
I do actually tell you this. I am, especially when I work here, if I know I'm working with somebody who loves coffee that they can't do anything without coffee, I bring my own coffee from Kenya and I don't use it and I keep it. If they run out, then I'll make coffee for them from my batch.
No way. You just
Yep,
have
I
a
do
little.
that.
Do you surprise them, or do you tell them you got a backup supply?
Sometimes I have, sometimes I have surprised them.
Awesome. That's great. Well, that's obviously good expedition behavior there. You got your backup supply.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a good hot commodity once people find out you got some authentic Kenyan coffee.
Mhm.
Sweet. All right. Well, yeah, let's jump into your first story. You got one title here, The Runaway Student. We've had a couple
Oh
of
my
stories of
goodness.
runaway students, and I can't imagine what this one's going to be about. Where did it take place?
This one was in Kenya,
Okay.
in
Yeah. Let's hear it.
near Loida Hills,
Okay.
it's close to Masai Mara.
Right. Yeah. So what happened?
So it was the 25 and older course
Ah.
early in the days when we started working them in Kenya. And we had, I can't remember the exact number. I know there were like 11 students, but I can't remember the number of ladies. But the two ladies I remember, um, one from Canada, I think, and one from States. They were always like, can I go for a jog? Can I go for, oh. And I'm like, look, we're already hiking. Two, if you go for a jog, I don't. There are hyenas out there. There's all these sorts of things, and then when you want to go for a jog, you want to go almost semi-naked, which you're saying you can do. So this lady keeps bugging me every time, every time. And then we go on the hike, and we hike day 1, day 2, day 3. And day 4, we were supposed to, day 3, we ended up on top of an escarpment. You can see down. You're dropping like 2,000 feet, but everything is just laid out in front of you. You can see a huge Maasai Boma, like fenced around. There's smoke, there are houses, and the cows are out.
Beautiful.
It's obvious that, that's where they go in at night. Right. And then from the Maasai Boma going south, you can see a line of green trees. And because it's a semi-arid place, so the green trees means there's a river flowing. And then another one. And we are stopping there telling students, okay, that's where we are going, but we are not going to the village. The village you will see it the day we leave. But tomorrow, we are going to have a day off. So we are going down, crossing that river, and then past that river, there's the next one, which is next to the big forest. That's where we'll come tonight. And then the following day, we move from there. Right. And we are sitting there, just enjoying, nice place. You can see all the way to the Rift Valley. We could see Kilimanjaro from there.
Oh, wow.
And this lady says, KG, if I look at where you're telling me, I can see a trail that connects from where we are going to stay to this river, and it goes up past the village. I mean, why can't I go for a jog tomorrow? And I'm thinking about it. And the other lady joins in. Yeah, we should do it. I can see it. We should do it. And I'm like, okay, I'll let you do it. But we have to come up with rules. And I'll do them right now. So in the morning, you wake up. I know you're jogging in your very short shorts. What do you call it? Tank tops?
Tank tops, yeah.
And we don't want you to be exposed to the Maasais or the local people like that, because they don't know us that way. We like respecting.
Yeah.
And say, okay, just tell me what you want. Okay, here it is. 1, you cannot be alone. And the other lady says, oh no, I'm joining her. Cool, it's 2 of you. Fine, let's go. So you're going to leave camp, you run, cross the first river, second river. But you see where the second river is from the village. The village is up high. So you're not being seen by the villagers running. So you cross the river and then turn around and go back to camp. So, oh, we got it. That's easy. So we hike down, and in like the next 3 hours in camp, everybody sets up. We are next to a river. People have dinner, evening meeting, and she's like, well, tomorrow we are leaving at 6. Yeah, okay, fine. But please, if you are later than 7, I won't go, because the cows of the Maasais will start leaving the bone. And you don't want us to be accused of like obstructing the cows. Right. Say, that's okay, we'll do it. So in the morning, I was like, I like being lazy in the tent. If I don't have to do anything, it was a day off. So I remember I had a small radio, just listening to the radio in the morning, music and all that. And they say, they start running around 6:15. Say, oh, we are going, okay, take care. Please stick to the trail. So they start jogging. But before they get to the second river, the other lady says, I'm feeling tired. I feel like I want to go back. And the other one says, but KG said we have to be 2 of us. So if you turn back, it means I have to turn back. Let's just keep, I'm just getting the gist of running. I'm feeling cool. So let's just continue on. And the other lady, okay, I'll do it for a short while. They go to the next drainage and crosses it. And at this point, they are supposed to turn around.
Okay.
And the other lady says, I think KG said after we cross, we should go back. She said, no, I'm just feeling so good. I'm not turning back. If you want to go, go back. And then I let it turn back. And
Oh,
she
no.
continued. And now she's starting, not really climbing up, but it's an uphill a little bit. So you cannot really see the village. You actually see the village right when you're on top of it.
Wow.
And so she goes up, and in her mind, it's like, oh, I know it is not the right thing, but I'm just feeling so cool. I'm feeling so good, and I can't see anybody. Why shouldn't I be running? And she continues on. And then all of a sudden, the village is right in front of her. Now, in the mornings, the Maasai men, the older ones, will come out of the bomas and sit on a high ground near the entrance of the big boma. A boma has so many houses and homesteads,
Right.
but all cows will go one way or the other, and they sleep in the middle, and goats. And then in the morning, they all come out. As the elders sit there talking, they are also looking at their cows and goats. And every elder knows their goats and whatever.
Right.
And they can either count, or they have like small pebbles that they will put down. One has gone out, stuff like that.
Sure.
But they are sitting there looking out, and they see this white woman or somebody running towards them on the tree. And they know NOLS. It's a school. It's an American school. And the chief elder says, well, I think we have a problem. And the others, what? Look, there's a runaway student. This student has run away from their teachers. And we don't want to be in trouble. We're going to lose her. So we need to make sure that she goes back.
Right. And they're used to NOLS being mostly, college age students, right? They're not used to as much the adult type courses.
Yes. And at this point, she's not close enough to see that she's older.
Right.
But the concern is we are going to lose this person, and we'll be in trouble with NOLS just because of our relationship.
Right. We got to save her.
And everybody's like, okay, now what do you do? Oh, you call the Morans. The Morans are the young men with spears, wearing regalia, like blankets or sheets that is just tied, and normally no underwear, nothing. It's a hot place.
Right.
So they call. Oh, can you make sure that person, that runaway student, goes back to their teachers?
And at this point, you guys haven't met any of the locals yet because you're still early on in that section.
We are still in camp. We don't know what is going on.
Right. So it's not like she's already spent a day hanging out with local Maasai or anything. Like, this is her first encounter with them.
It's her first, her first real encounter, because where we started, it's more a bit advanced. Right. But this one is like, some people don't even speak Swahili. So she has seen the camp, the bomber, and decides, now, if I turn around suddenly, they might wonder what is going on. So what I'll do is I'll keep running and go past the village and turn around and come back so that things look normal. And the other guys are thinking, oh, we need to turn this person down. So the elders call the Morans. Can you make sure that that person goes back to the instructors? And now the Morans, like 30 of them starts running towards her.
And these guys are usually like teenagers or like in their early 20s? Yeah, teenagers. Okay.
Like 18 all the way to like 26.
Right. Okay.
They are running towards her, but they are also scared because they are not used to a sight like that.
Right.
And all the kids are interested. Right. So all the kids are running behind the Morans. With no time, it's like the whole village is running behind the Morans.
Just to tell her to turn around and go back.
They approach her, and then since they are scared, they don't know what is going on. Instead of meeting her head on, they go behind her to try to run and outrun her, and then turn her around. But the lady is a runner, so she feels like, oh, you guys, you think that you can outrun me? No, I can run faster. So she adds speed.
She thinks it's a game. She thinks they're playing a game.
Yeah, and the guys can run.
Yeah.
So she adds speed. They are right here, and it's windy, their sheets are just going up in air, displaying everything they have. They have knives, they have spears. And at this point, she gets scared. What is going on? And they are trying to overtake her, like kind of push her without touching her to turn around. And she is like, no, I'm not doing what you want. I just keep running. I'm very fast. But soon she realizes that she cannot be as fast as them.
And their English isn't strong enough for them to just say, hey, what's going on? Do you want to turn around?
But the language is a barrier. They don't speak English or Swahili. She can't speak Swahili.
Right.
So she decides she's scared now that she'll just go past the village and turn around and come back. And eventually that works. But behind her is the Morans, all the kids in the village. And the Morans have jingles. So you're hearing, getting. And then she goes around, turns around, and then is able now to level it down on the trail to go back to camp. And it's down, and she's like, okay, now you guys, I'll show you dust. But those guys are not even sweating. They're still right here, and she's running. She uses all her energy, keeps running, crosses the first river. And when she came to the second river, where we are camped, all I had from far was these jiggles. Cling. And I open the tent and I look out, and all I can see is dust and red. Because the whole village.
From their blankets.
The lady in front, the Morans, all the kids, they are all running. And I hear pop, pop, pop. Like she comes, crosses the river, goes straight to her tent, goes in. She did not leave the tent.
She must be so
And the leader of the Morans comes straight to her tent and says, here's your lost student. And they go back.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's it. Wow. That is hilarious.
You remember that like it happened yesterday. It happened in 1998, the day the bombings in East Africa happened at the embassy.
No way. On that day.
Yeah.
Crazy. Wow. That's amazing. What was her kind of debrief with her after? What was she thinking?
She did not leave the tent until like in the evening.
Oh no.
And we gave her time, and she apologized for going too far. And also at that point, she was in the day she was annoyed and scared and angry at the Maasais for chasing her.
Right.
But in the evening, she was like, yeah, I made the mistake, and I really want you guys to go to the village and thank them because they did that in good faith.
They were just looking out for her.
Yeah.
Wow, that's funny. So have you had others in the past wanting to go running since then, and then you shut them down because of this story?
Well, I've never had anybody interested, but also it's for that hike, why do you even want to go running?
It's not a common question. It's not a common request on a NOLS course because most students are pretty tired as it is. You're moving around so much on any given day.
And if anybody does it, I share the story.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Wow, that's hilarious. I guess she hasn't gone running since in Kenya, or at least without a local guide. All right, that's a great. Let's move on to the tent fight. Oh man, I haven't heard of a tent fight. I've heard of some scuffles, but not a tent fight. You may
have had this before, though.
I don't know. Let's hear
it. Yeah, I think one of my colleagues.
All right.
I'll give my version.
Yep.
This happened in 1994 in Patagonia. I still see it like it happened yesterday. So it was I think it was my second mountain course in Patagonia, 1994 in November.
Yeah, 94, Patagonia would have been very new at that point, the NOLS Patagonia branch.
Yes. And people, at that point down in the south, blacks were very, very rare.
Right.
I remember being dropped off in this town called Batran, and the kids would come and try to wash my feet and my hands.
No way.
Think, do you want us to clean you? Maybe you are in oil or something.
Right.
I was just having a crowd. I was, that 94, 95, I really enjoyed that in Patagonia. Just people kids not, even grown-ups who have never seen blacks and just being so wanting to either touch me or touch my hair. And I just took it well. So anyway, we got dropped off at this point. And I remember it was like 18 students. We were 3 instructors. And it started raining. So when the boat picked us up, dropped us where we were being dropped, it's still raining. And we got into the forest. In this place, tree line is about 600 feet.
Oh, wow.
Above sea level, yeah.
It's very low.
But to get there, a lot of bushwalk. It took us like 4 or 5 days of rain in the forest to get to tree line.
No way.
So when we hit the tree line, right then, like that day it just got sunny. There was no cloud in the sky.
Wow.
And we hit tree line, and where the tree line was, snow started.
Nice.
Clean snow. It's like everybody gets there and they're just jumping up and down, getting their clothes off and just trying to dry it. It's so sunny and raining and all that. And then all of a sudden, we see a small peak. I know it's called Celopina. But at this point, because everything was in the clouds, it is the first peak we are seeing. It looks so big. And now when I go by that peak, it's like a small, tiny peak.
Oh,
and some people are
so you hadn't been able to see because you were in the green monster of bushwhacking and then the low cloud cover for days. You couldn't see the peaks that were going to be around you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And we, one person starts by asking, hey, this is so beautiful. Can we summit that peak? And we are like, everybody is tired. Like, let's sleep. And if this weather stays this way, there's no reason why we can't. But first things first, let's show you how to set up tents on snow. We start by making a flat spot, and then we are close to trees and rocks. You can use rocks, dig, put a rock down, put the guy line, the peacord, and then tie and put the snow in. And we showed them that, and everybody did it. And we said, okay, if you guys want to summit that peak, you need to do a very good job, because this place, the weather can change. So we did exactly that. In the evening, during the evening meeting, it was still very clear, and it was, looked like we'll be fine in the morning. So we decided, okay, tomorrow let's wake up, make breakfast at 8. Let's leave. If the weather has changed, we may not go. But if it hasn't, we'll go up. So 8 in the morning, everybody on time. Like you could not miss that. It was so beautiful. Right? My saying is that you could see as far as Everest. It's so clear. And so we all start hiking out. We are 3 instructors, 17 students, and we go to the base of the. It's not that far, the peak, and we follow the what looks like it's easier to get to. And by 10, we were on top of the peak, Celopina.
Wow.
And we hung out there looking out. You can see San Valentin and all those big mountains of Patagonia. And eventually it's like, okay, you need to head back down, because by this time, when it rains so much on a course, there's so many basic things you can't cover. But people just learn as they go. So we wanted to be back on time so that we can also have half of the day in doing a lot of things we haven't done. So let's head back. And one student says, well, we've been on top of one another the whole time. Is it okay if we hike in twos? No, singularly, one person all the way to camp. And we put our hands together and say, well, you guys, we don't know how you do on snow. You did well coming up. So we can allow that, but it can't be one person, it's 2 people. So, oh no, there were 18 people, because I remember it was 2. So they start the first group of 2, the second, third, like that. And then they are all done, and it's 3 instructors. And the CL says, oh, I'll hang out here if you guys just want to go. So 2 of us, we are hiking. Halfway down, everything was so blue, but I look up and I see a small cloud. And within minutes, some other small clouds. Within like 10 minutes, there's this breeze coming. And I look at the other instructor, we look at one another, and we know what that means. So we start heading down and yelling to students, run, because it was so hot. One, we knew that the tents, the rocks have melted, the snow. So we need to reinforce the peak-out of the tents. So we are running, yelling at them. They're not even getting it. They are just talking. Eventually, we made it to camp. But at this point, the wind is so strong. Just put the tents up, wobbling and all that. We get there, we gather everybody. The CEO is somewhere. I don't know where he is. But we decide that we work in two groups. So we divide the group into two, 9 students. No, yeah, 2. 9 students, 9 students, and one of us. So we were using the mountain hardware tents.
Right.
And you know, the mountain hardware has the front 2 pegs, back 1, sides is 2.
Right. So
that is 7. And so some people would hold the tent down while some people go down, dig the holes, deepen them, take that rock that was in there, put the peacock, put it in, and put more snow and pound it. So we did the first 2 tents, done. Went to the others, done. Went to the others, done. Oh, student tents, good. Oh, obviously, you know how instructors are.
Right. All the students made it back by this point?
Yes.
Okay.
So they actually made it there before. But instructors always tend to camp a little bit. You know, they look for a good place.
Right.
Our tent is a 3-person tent. It's a little bit far, not too far. And the students, a few students say, hey, instructors, do you want us to come and help you? Oh, no. We can take care of it. And 2 of us instructors head over to the instructor's tent. Get there, and the wind right now is blowing from one side, from the side the students are in. And we go to the other, we start with that side. One person anchoring it down. No, we start with the front. Anchor the tent down. One person gets the 2, reinforce them, go to the back, the same. Then we came to the side where the wind is coming from, and one person is holding, the other one is digging, the first one, second. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sticks down, and the side away from the wind is not, that's the one that is left, but it's not dangerous. So the other, my colleague says, okay, now we have the 2, let's go do it. And we go to the other side, and I'm like, don't worry, I just do this. You can do whatever you want. He unzips the tent and unzips the inside and goes in. I don't know what he was reaching out for. And I take my hands on my knees. I'm digging one of the peacocks, and I get it out. And I deepen the hole, put the peacock down, put the rock. But before doing anything else, I decide I do the other one. So I'm doing it. All of a sudden, the wind was coming from the other side. I just had, and the wind turned around and came from behind me. And now that I have a witness, the wind went under the tent, and all I had was, all the peacock, even the ones who are put, they just cut off. And this is a 3-person tent. I just see like wobbling of the tent. I'm on my knees. The snow is soft because it has been hot. So it's hard to get up quickly. And it went up like 1 foot. And I was like, okay, this tent is going, I need to hold it. I'm reaching out, it moves away from me and goes up another 3 feet.
No way.
I'm like, now I'm trying to brace with my knees to jump up. Nothing. It's like I'm using my hands to get up. And as soon as I get up halfway and I'm, I get this tent, I jump for it before I stand all the way. It moves another 2 feet up.
It's just hovering above you.
Yes. And then I get up and I'm saying, I'm confident now, I'll get it. And it's just going like this. And what I could see is the instructor's legs.
Oh, he was still in it.
Yes. And then it goes whoop, and the instructor falls down. And the tent at that point goes like 10 feet. And I'm now yelling. And I remember this student, his name is Tom. He's actually from Landau, Wyoming. Mm-hmm. He's like out there. He saw it and said, "Oh, KG, you need help? Yeah, sure. Don't worry. The tent is coming to us. Our side will get it." And I'm running
the
behind
tent is coming to us.
And the student is coming towards the tent. And he gets to it. And as he jumps to grab it, when you are grabbing something, when you jump, you are able to gauge this is how far out. But as soon as you are going to touch it, it goes up 3 inches. Missed it.
Oh, no.
Down. I ran, catch up, do the same, down. And the thing just flew all the way up. And as it went, all these things kept
falling out.
Coming out of the drug.
It's just like a kite.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it went up this hill, poof, gone.
Gone.
Yes. It took us like 2 hours to looking for it. And on the other side of the hill, my sleeping bag never left the tent. So it was left there. And eventually the poles broke. No, the tent itself shattered because of trees. But the poles never broke, came off. My sleeping bag fell in a small stream.
Oh.
And it closed the stream. So it formed a waterfall. And that's how we found the tent. We're hearing, what is that? And we go over, it's my sleeping bag. It took 4 people to carry that sleeping bag back to camp.
To carry it?
Big slumberjack.
Okay.
They were heavy.
Wow.
Heavy sleeping bags. And I saw since then, anytime I leave the tent, I always stuff my sleeping bag in a stuff bag. Don't leave it like that, because I would not have gone through that. It took me 2 weeks of sleeping between students to dry that thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And so all like the body of the tent and the fly of the tent, the material was all shredded.
The material was shredded, but the poles were fine. And the storm went on. Eventually, we were putting like 8 people in a tent.
Really?
Yeah. And the rain continued for like 28 days.
28 days?
28 days, yeah.
Was that the only peak you end up summiting on that trip?
That was the only peak. And at that point, it's like we just want everybody to be safe. Then we were able to go down to a place where I found like dry embers, and I made a fire, and we had a fire for like 3 days. Huge fire.
Oh, really?
I kept it going. But the funny thing is, you're sitting next to the fire, you're drying on one side, it's warm, but the back is getting wet and very cold. And then you turn around.
Right.
Yep.
Wow. That's amazing. And eventually your sleeping bag was dry. It must have been, your pack must have been so heavy.
It's slow, yeah. It took so long.
Did you attempt to patch up the tent at all with some seam grip or some patching? It was just too far gone.
It was done.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. I can't believe that's been that flight. You always tell me you got to be bomb proof and you got to tie it down, and so the P cord just ripped, or it came off, the rocks came out.
No, the sound, it was them cutting, pop, 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 all of them at the same time.
Wow.
Because the wind went under, lifted it from one side. So it just started cutting here, there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. There's only one time I think that I had been in a position where we had to use climbing rope to tie down the tent because the P cord wasn't working. It was so windy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a scary moment.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Your last story. We're coming towards the end here. The Mojo.
Oh, that one is too long.
Okay. Well, we can save that for another time. Yeah. Is that all right if we save that for another time?
Oh, yeah. Let's do that for another time.
All right. We'll save that for another time. All right. We're going to jump into our rapid fire questions. These are a few questions I ask at the end of all the episodes, and I'm excited to hear your take on them. I'm just going to pull them up here. And we'll jump into it. This has been fantastic, KG. I really appreciate it. And I definitely do want to get you on again, maybe after your next course or when you're finished in October, because you'll be pretty busy between now and then. All right. You ready for the last few questions?
Sure.
Okay. Where's your favorite location to lead trips?
That's a very hard question.
Yeah.
Well, if you are right now, I'd say in East Africa, just because there's that ambience of feeling you're home.
Yeah.
And the accessibility and the language, definitely.
Yeah.
But the truth is, whenever I get to a new place, like before I went to Alaska, when I was like, oh, I don't know what Alaska is, but the first time I went there, oh, it's like, oh, this is my favorite place. I wouldn't walk anywhere else. And then I found myself in PMW going down hiking the Pacific. It's like, oh, this is the best. Went to India and said, oh, I'll commit here for the next 10 years, the big ones. So it's all Patagonia. So I think I would say the best answer for that is where I am.
Right. That's incredible. You get to go to so many incredible locations, and it's such a positive way to look at it. And so fortunate to, love where you work. Like all of these places are so incredible, and that you love them all. And obviously you have that affiliation to home. And I don't know if you heard the podcast with Roger Yim. He talked about you on that podcast about Roger Yim.
Oh yeah.
When he worked with you, and it sounds like you bring a bit of East Africa everywhere you go, and make sure you teach everybody about East Africa, no matter where you're leading courses. Yeah. He talked about going off on a scouting trip, and you were staying behind with the students, and he thought you were going to teach a leadership class, and you, as they left, you were like, and the giraffes and the lions, and I think you gave a safari class down there. So yeah, it's great to share your knowledge of East Africa wherever you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So your favorite piece of gear, is there something these days that you're liking that you use a lot or goes on just about every trip?
The baby Nalgene.
Baby Nalgene?
Yep.
Nice. Yeah. That's where you put your hot drinks in?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you have like the Insulite thermos surrounding it to keep it warm? No?
I like it as it is because before I go to sleep, if it's too cold, I just put water in and go with it. Yeah.
Nice. I think that might have been Roger's favorite piece of gear too, actually. Baby Nalgene. All right. Best backcountry costume that you've seen or that you've worn?
Backcountry costume.
Nothing comes to mind? Nothing comes to mind? Any good parties? Any prom dress-up days? Halloween?
No, Halloween comes once a year. Not really.
No? All right. Yeah, we can move past that one. All right. What do you like most about working in outdoor education?
I like the exposure of going to new places. I like it because the people I'm teaching, it doesn't matter how old they are, they will still change in a certain way. You can almost gauge it. It's a better place for people to pay attention.
All right.
Listen. With no other like tangents.
Distractions. Yeah.
Yeah. I just enjoy that. And then the other thing is, having worked for so many years, I get to go to the same places over and over. And I have mastered in realizing that, it can be the same place, but you can see different things.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. You go back to the same place and it's different every time.
Yep.
You just pick up on different things. Interesting. Just you mentioned you've worked for so long. How do you know how many weeks you have right now in the field?
About is it 200? No. 874.
874.
Yes, please.
874. Do you know how much more that is than anyone else or the next person?
No, I was tempted to ask.
Yeah, I'm sure they know. 874 weeks in the field, people. That is incredible. And what year did you start? How many years is that?
I started, the real start was 89. That's when I did
89.
my IC.
Yep.
But Before I did my SC, I actually SC on 3 courses.
In East Africa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What a career with NOLS, and you're still going strong. That's amazing. 874 weeks. People, just wrap your head around that. I don't think you could probably believe that. Hey? All right. Last question. If you could go back to any one location in the world and share a hot drink in the field with somebody, where would it be?
It would be Patagonia.
Yeah. Do you have a particular spot, a particular point, or a peak, or
not necessarily, just the large glaciers out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Why there?
It's you're so far away from anything.
Yeah. The remoteness.
It takes a lot to get yourself there and to get yourself out.
Yeah. Absolutely. Amazing. Well, KG, man, this has been a real treat. I really appreciate you taking some time to chat with me today.
Welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. Will you come on again?
Oh yeah. I have a lot of stories. Just tell you, one of the short things I would have to say is I just worked with Andrew Hayes.
Okay.
And funny enough, you mentioned Roger M. I kept calling him Roger M.
Oh, no way.
He looks like him exactly. And I apologize. Please, if I call you, because I remember Roger. I have many stories about Roger. And he kind of ignited this energy in me of giving stories. So I would share that with students. When we go to the tent, he would ask for more stories. And I got a book, I have it, and started writing stories.
Oh, great idea.
Down. I have 51 now. And eventually what I want to do is maybe write a story per page.
Yeah, that would be incredible. Well, keep those stories coming. Yeah, that's a key thing, is writing the list, because you forget so easy.
Yep.
Well, that 51 stories. Well, we got a lot more podcasts to go through those. We'll get you on again soon. So you're out of the field for a break at the end of October. So maybe we'll touch base when you get back home to Kenya.
Great. Yeah, I'll drop you an email.
Yeah, that'd be great. Awesome. Well, I won't keep you any longer. Thanks so much. Enjoy your time off and your time in town for a couple of days before your next course. And we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.